somewhere in the factory. The young man who works at this factory, named Baek Yisu, is receiving a call from someone. It turns out the call came from his brother, who wanted to ask for meat. It looks like Yisu is busy at work. The factory workers are busy with something. It turns out they weren't busy as factory workers, but something more horrific. He immediately confirmed to his brother whether or not he would come to the meeting. But suddenly someone came out of the back door of the truck. A man named Lee Yong-keol, North Korean Force Unit, appears. He looks angry at someone. He had injured one of Yisu's friends. Yisu took off his clothes, and there's seen that he was a military man in camouflage. Baek Yisu, Special Force Unit Leader. It seems like Lee's mission is to finish off Yisu. He then started attacking quickly using a knife. But Lee's quick attack was avoided by Yisu. And he started to counterattack using his right elbow. Lee also suffered a wound on his chin. But Yisu's attacks didn't stop there. When his enemy was stunned, he immediately launched right fist. Yisu's heavy punch attack managed to hit Lee, causing him to fall down. He lost instantly and couldn't stand up anymore. After that, Yisu told his subordinates to treat the newbies and wrap this scene up, because now he had to get out of here. Yisu went somewhere to meet someone. But there he was blocked by the servant, because he was not allowed to enter the room that had been booked. His arrival was continuously rejected, because he didn't trust Yisu to be part of the meeting. Suddenly someone came to them, who turns out to be Yisu's brother. Yisu's brother also explained this, that Yisu was his biological brother and he was part of the meeting. This servant began to apologize for his behavior earlier, because he didn't know about this problem. He started to enter the room. He also understands this, because safety is the main thing. On the other side, Yisu's subordinates were having dinner together. It looks like they are all very enthusiastic about this, because they haven't done this for a long time. They regret that leader Yisu was not present in this event. Can see from afar there are several cars coming. Black car of the same type. They were waiting for who would come. Who turned out to be Sir Manager, their boss. He came here to look for Baek Yisu, who apparently wasn't here. And that makes his job even more difficult. Sir Manager took out a gun from his pocket and started shooting. They were all surprised by this. He received orders to destroy them along with Yisu. On the other side, the twin brothers are having a conversation. He offered to do the work together. Baek Do-kyung is the name of Yisu's brother. He was confused about what he was doing in that construction uniform. He also explained what he was doing now, namely as military aid to civilians. Do-kyung sounded surprised because he had only been a military aid for civilians. It seemed like he didn't want Yisu to do that job anymore. But it makes him comfortable in doing this work. Suddenly someone called Yisu. And he asked Do-kyung to be patient, because he had to answer this phone. He started looking for a quiet place to answer the phone. It turned out it was a call from Cheyenne, but there was something strange about Cheyenne's voice. It looked like he was hiding from something. Currently Cheyenne is being attacked by an armed group, and Yisu's subordinates have all lost. He was surprised to hear that. Unknown armed groups still don't know what they're searching. And the one leading the troops was Manager Gwang. He had betrayed. He also told Cheyenne to hang in, but Yisu was told to run, because they were looking for him. He was shocked by what was said. He started to worry about Cheyenne's condition. Cheyenne's phone call has also been disconnected. Someone was seen entering the place. He also began to meet servants. But the servant forbade him to enter. Without thinking, that mysterious person immediately finished him off. In the room, Do-kyung was seen sleeping. Looks like Yisu has come to that place. It wasn't Yisu, but an unknown armed force who wanted to attack Do-kyung. Armed trained troops who seemed to be targeting Do-kyung. Yisu ran fast. He was worried about Do-kyung's condition. But on the way he met the armed squad. Now their skilled squad will start eliminating Yisu. They started carrying out attacks using knives. But Yisu could anticipate their attack quickly. After anticipating that, he started to deliver powerful uppercuts. Then took the knife from his enemy's hand. Quickly used the knife on his enemy. But they were numerous. A surprise attack came. Yisu managed to avoid the surprise attack from his enemy precisely. After dodging, he immediately caught the enemy's left leg. His face looked scared when he saw Yisu. He started targeting the enemy's legs with the weapon he was holding. Unfortunate incidents occurred. Yisu has succeeded in defeating 2 enemies out of a total 5. And now he will face the remaining enemies. It looked like he was very angry about this incident, which caused him to experience loss and many losses. Simultaneously, the remaining 3 enemies began to attack. With his skill, he managed to fend off the knife attack. Then dodge quickly, can do counterattack. The other also attacked Yisu simultaneously, but he was still able to survive the attack. As a result, his right arm was hit and get an injury. It turned out that other enemies were still hiding, so they carried out a surprise attack from behind. On the other side, it looks like their business is finished here. Manager Guang started asking about Baek Yisu's condition. That a special unit was dealing with him, but for Guang that wasn't enough. What Manager Guang said was true, Yisu managed to beat 1 special unit alone. There he started to worry about the condition of his brother, Dokyeon. On Dokyeon's side, a battle ensued. It turns out he managed to dominate the fight with his own strength. Because of the actions, their dinner was ruined. 1 special unit sent was also successfully defeated by Dokyeon alone. He also heard a voice on the radio saying name Baek Yisu. The sound of a radio message ordering Yisu to finish him. Dokyeon kept getting this message over and over again, until it made him sick. He also cleaned all the remaining spots after the fight. Baek Dokyeon, boss of Taisen Tripartite Organization. Now he was really angry, because he dared to deal with him, especially touch his brother. Yisu started to worry about his brother. He ran quickly to immediately check on his brother's condition. It turned out he was fine, and he started asking about this incident from his relation with Yisu. Finally, the true incident was revealed. Dokyeon was also surprised when he heard this. He could say Yisu is an informant. Yisu is not an ordinary soldier but an informant who went to North Korea on a secret mission. Meanwhile, Dokyeon is not just a gangster, but the boss of Taisen Inc. Now Yisu wants to be dropped off around here. He didn't want to involve his brother in big danger again. But he planned to drop it off somewhere nice. He here looks angry, because Dokyeon looks relaxed and joking. They have reached their destination. He wouldn't just leave his brother in danger. It looks like a funeral has been prepared, they have a good plan. Dokyeon wasn't joking this time, and he was serious about this. Yisu, who saw this, was shocked and didn't know what happened. Secretary Dokyeon has prepared everything necessary. Plans that have been prepared when new incident occur. He still doesn't understand Dokyeon's plan. Unexpectedly, it turns out he has made a scenario about Yisu. Fake condolence news about Yisu. They will give a show to the enemy. Dokyeon learned this from the Yakuza about clearing identities, but Yisu doesn't believe this. That's impossible, the plan will go smoothly. Taisen is known as a much greater organization than is known. But right now they are running a scenario about Yisu. And the scenario still looks smooth at the moment. They need a fragment for this scenario to work 100%. The fragment is a witness who came to this funeral. It seemed that there were more than enough witnesses who came. A black car was seen coming to that place. These witnesses looked confused by the arrival of the unknown car. This person is checking Yisu's biodata, because he has a twin. Baek Dokyeon, a director, but that's not actually the case. It turns out that he is Gwang's manager, that Yisu's brother, Dokyeon, is just a gangster. This witness started knock on the car door. It turned out that there were special forces in the car. They have a mission to open the chest and then check Yisu's condition. They got out of the car. This witness began to see the person coming in inappropriate clothing. Suddenly he immediately attacked the witness. He lost in one attack. They seemed confused by what this strange person was doing. Without thinking, they immediately attacked the strange man. These special forces also attacked them at the same time. They all fight each other. But the witnesses were easily defeated by them. They had all lost to the special forces. They are a special force of Korean spies, who are carrying out a special mission. They immediately went to that place. But Dokyeon's subordinates will prevent them from entering this place. The 1 versus 3 battle soon began. He also emphasized that this was a private grave, and could only be visited by those who were notified. He didn't even listen to the bodyguard's words, and immediately punched him hard. The blow didn't work. This man's name is Ha Jinwon, head of security for Taisen Group. He immediately gripped it tightly. Jinwon is too strong for them to beat. The special forces lost in one strong grip from Jinwon. They who saw this immediately lost their courage. But he still attacked the head of security at the same time. Both of their attacks were easily anticipated. He started to grab his opponent, but the other one attacked him from behind. He also managed to punch Jinwong hard. But that doesn't mean anything. He continued to beat Junwong repeatedly. But it didn't work, and he managed to land a heavy blow on the enemy. After that he immediately grabbed the remaining enemy. But his enemy reacted quickly, and executed a locking movement. He also uses MMA locking techniques. But it didn't work, and he lost physically to Junwong. He fell and was a little dizzy. It didn't take long for a heavy blow attack to hit the enemy. They all lost in the fight against Junwong. Manager Guang, who saw his troops losing, looked angry. His troops were completely useless. He immediately got out of the car and handled this matter. Manager Guang started to greet Junwong. He apologized for the incident and was seen taking something out of his pocket. He gave his business card to the security chief. That this was just a misunderstanding, and he came to offer his condolences. Junwong immediately checked it. And looked at boss Dokyung. He agreed to this, and told him to come in. Junwong invited Guang to come in. He saw a photo of Baek Yisa displayed in that place. He was a little doubtful about what happened to Yisu. Before that, they had talked to each other about Yisu's team being betrayed by manager Guang. Do-kyung suggests that Guang be finished off right then and there, but Yisu refuses. For the manager Guang, let him handle it himself. Now he disguises himself as Do-kyung. He started to take out a weapon. Then told manager Guang to talk elsewhere. Guang was surprised by this. He also asked Guang for an explanation of everything that happened. He asks about who murdered his brother. In his mind, it was true that Yisu had died. Guang also asked to calm down, actually Yisa died on a national mission. He didn't listen to that excuse either, and immediately hit Guang hard. He didn't believe Guang's words. He immediately attacked again using a knife. Guang took something out of his pocket. But suddenly a secretary blocked him. Junwong also told Guang to leave here immediately. He was angry because of this. He left that place. After that incident, everything was safe. They just acted and carried out the plan. But soon this plan will be discovered, and Yisu will have to get out of here. It was true that it all an act, but the blow was really serious. And Yisu will immediately finish off Guang as soon as possible. Do-kyung thinks that if his brother comes out now then it would be stupid. He also suggested that Yisu be in this place for a while. He asked Yisu to hide here and become a gangster. But he didn't seem to want to be a gangster and still left that place. Do-kyung also told Junwong to watch over him, so that Yisu wouldn't do anything unexpected. He left that place, and wanted to go somewhere. But Junwong was there and followed Yisu. He also knew that this would happen. He did this because this was an order from the boss. The number of people who followed was large. From afar, someone could be seen watching them. It turned out that it was Guang's plan. He knew that this was not right. He knew from the previous expression that it looked familiar. Suddenly someone was behind Guang, and he was talking about his daughter being in danger. He also asked that person not to hurt his daughter. Suddenly he grabbed Guang. At that moment he also remembered about his daughter. It looks like the two of them are very close, like the relationship between a father and daughter. On the other side, Do-kyung ran out of cigarettes and wanted to go out to buy, but the secretary refused, and she wanted to buy cigarettes. She didn't allow it because the guard was currently empty because of Yisu, and it was dangerous to go out without an bodyguard. Do-kyung finally had a plan. It turned out he went to buy cigarettes together with the secretary. Because this plan is the best thing to be able to buy cigarettes out. He also asked the guard's permission to go out now. But here Do-kyung felt strange, because this guard was a foreigner. Is this foreign man Guang's subordinate? Suddenly he attacked using a knife, but Do-kyung managed to avoid it. That his suspicions were correct. And now they are both in danger. They were ready to fight. Their opponents seemed to be trained soldiers or special units. The enemy immediately attacked using a knife. Do-kyung managed to avoid the attack using his hands. He immediately responded quickly using the weapon in his left hand. But the attack didn't work. It turned out that the person was wearing protective clothing. He attacked again, but was dodged, and the protective clothing made it difficult for him to fight. Do-kyung immediately used body press on the enemy. But at the same time, Sahu's secretary is in danger. He immediately attacks Sahu with knife. Dokyun quickly protects Sahu, but at a risk. If this continues, Sahu could be in danger. Dokyun swiftly launched a knife attack at the enemy. At the same time, the other person immediately attacks Sahu. But this can be prevented by Dokyun's block speed. Now the situation is turning around, one of them is injured. But he immediately took the knife back. But Sahu managed to prevent that, and kicked the knife. They both fought again. Sahu's success to attack one of the enemies. Meanwhile, Dokyun managed to anticipate a knife attack from the enemy. The enemy then blocked Dokyun's attack. He also tried to do a counter-attack but failed. Now Dokyun will give something serious to the enemy. Can see there is a guard outside the elevator. Dokyun and Sahu managed to survive the fight. But the guard didn't notice that a foreigner had entered the elevator. Saha looked shocked by something that happened to Dokyun. He immediately grabbed the guard. It turns out the guard was fake and stabbed Dokyun. The enemy began to show his true form. Not long after, Dokyun immediately attacked the mysterious man. But he managed to dodge easily. Dokyun intends to defeat the man alone and without help. The guard also gave him a knife. He also told Sahu to leave here. And now he prepared to do battle. This man is known as a ghost, because of his mysterious identity. He is one of the special forces. Even Ghost knows about Dokyun's name. Then he started preparing to carry out his attack using a dagger. He actually asked Dokyun about Baekhyusu's death. But Ghost attack was blocked with Dokyun. He kept asking about Yisu's whereabouts, but Dokyun didn't pay attention. On the other side, Yisu was walking with Junwon. It looked like someone was following behind them. They began to enter a narrow alley. He immediately rushed to catch up. Suddenly there was a fist aimed at him. Junwon punched the man until he flew away. As a result, his hand was broken. Yisu also talked about Guan, who sent this for him. He was also told to confirm whether Yisu was still alive or not. But he seemed to know the voice. It turns out he is Li Shaon, one of Yisu's subordinates. He also explained to Junwon that he was Yisu's friend. He also apologized to Shaon for not being by their side when danger occurred. And of all of them, only Yisu and Shaon survived. Suddenly they were both shocked when they saw Junwon's reaction. It seemed like something had made him angry. Besides that, their fight still continues. Ghost quickly attacked using a dagger. But Dokyun managed to anticipate his attack. He also made a counter-attack, but his attack still barely hit the enemy. Their fight still looked fierce, and had not found any gap. But this fight did unfavorable Dokyun, because he was already injured. His vision began to blur. He had to quickly end the fight. Because of his injured condition, the attack was easily avoided by the ghost. And started wrapping Dokyun's hand with thread. It seemed like he was planning something. Finally, one fatal slash managed to hit Dokyun. Now he is really seriously injured, and Ghost will confirm it once again. Then asked where Baekhyusu was. But Dokyun doesn't just give up, now he will fight it out. He cut his hair, and now confirms that he is Baekhyusu. He was starting to get confused about this. He started to attack. Again, the attack was easily avoided. For him it was impossible that Yisu would be that careless. Unexpectedly, it turned out that the attack was just a trick, and he managed to injure the ghost. Then quickly cut the ghost using a knife. He was immediately seriously injured as a result of the attack. He was angry and tried to get up. Finally he managed to get up and the fight continued. But when the ghost attacked, he quickly countered the attack. Ghost didn't think that he could still explain so well. Dokyun can be seen imitating Yisu's movements to resemble his brother. But for Ghost that's impossible, now he's not facing real Yisu. Once again, Dokyun's success to injure Ghost. His attacks were easy to read. He grabbed the ghost's hand tightly. Then broke his finger with force. Now he was preparing to carry out the final attack. He confirmed that the ghost can't move anymore. Before the final attack could begin, he had already fallen. This made him truly disbelieving. That the man who faced the ghost was the real Baekhyusu. Baekhyusu who has good fighting skills. He started to be afraid of this. But now he will end this. Ghost is now completely useless. It looks like he didn't do anything dangerous. He was confused by this. The wound was very serious. The fight ended, and Dokyeon was helpless. Looks like someone has come to this place. It turned out he is Yisu, who was worried about Dokyeon's condition. He started approaching Dokyeon quickly. That the injuries he suffered were very serious. With serious injuries, the ghost runs away, carrying the book. There he believed that his target, namely Baek Yisu, had been defeated. Now Yisu has lost his brother Dokyeon, and he is very sad and angry about this. The next day, they have lost boss Dokyeon, and someone has to replace him now. Junwon has given up because no one can lead this organization anymore, but Sahu will not let this organization be destroyed. She wants Junwon to replace boss Dokyeon. He couldn't hold back his sadness, and for him no one could replace the role of boss Dokyeon. On the other side, Yisu wants to go somewhere, but Cheyenne forbids him. He immediately prevented Yisu from leaving. He seems to know who murderer his brothers, as the scars caused are familiar. They were special forces that Gwang employed. Cheyenne also knew about the problem, and now he asked Yisu what he would do. Now Yisu will follow, find, and finish them off, for what they did to his brother. While in another place, a man named Kim Tae-won from One ICT CEO is relaxing. According to him, there are no more profits here, and he will go to Seoul. But he still had business to attend to. It looks like someone is under Taiwan's control. He tried to force that man to tell the truth. Finally, he told them that the Taesan group had been attacked by an unknown group, and currently their boss were disappeared. He was quite shocked when he heard that. But Taewon didn't believe that Dokyeon disappeared, but this man tried to explain, because Taesan group didn't attend the General Assembly. Then Taewon ordered to gather people. It seemed like he intended to finish off the dying Taesan group. He was safe from danger. On the other side, Yisu went to Ma Jongdong's place alone. He went to a butcher's shop. He knew that Gwang was likely in this hidden place. These people were also trained by Gwang. So he must be careful in his steps and actions. When opened the door, he seemed surprised by something. It turns out that many people have become victims inside. One of his colleagues was also betrayed by Gwang. He didn't expect that Yisu was still alive. They were all told to be gathered, then a terrible thing happened. Elsewhere, Cheyenne also checks their hiding place. The same condition occurred, by Gwang's betrayal. He tried to tell Yisu. He also emphasized that Gwang couldn't be handled by Yisu alone, and told him to still alive. He also told Yisu to run and not to deal with Gwang. He also knew the risks he would face. On the other side is where the group Taesan is. Taewon is already there, and he's destroying Taesan's group. He didn't expect that Taesan group's power was so weak. But it looks like Junwon is still standing and will face them. He will destroy anyone who deals with the Taesan group. It's been a week since the Taesan group was attacked by 4 ridiculous gangsters. But he doesn't accept being called a silly gangster. Taewon started to take out a knife. Now Junwon is surrounded by enemies. Now he will face all those people. Because he was fed up with the behavior of these silly gangsters. Suddenly Yisu entered the place. He immediately approached Junwon. He was confused by Yisu's actions. Now Yisu needs an organization to avenge his brother, because he can't do it alone. And he asked Junwon to give the group Taesan to him. Taewon suddenly came over to them, because this was already disturbing. He also tried to get rid of Yisu because he was annoying him. Not long after, he immediately hit Taewon's face hard. He was angry because of this. But when look at it, it looks like Dokyeon. They assumed that the person in front of them is Baek Dokyeon. Yisu immediately beat them all using a knife alone. He ordered the others to attack simultaneously. They also attacked Yisu at the same time. He wouldn't lose so easily. Yisu's speed in fighting can defeat them all in one move. Taewon will now handle this. Yisu brutally finished them off. A sudden attack came from behind. With a quick response, Yisu managed to block Taewon's attack. And now he can't move because the knife has fallen. He thought that Dokyeon was still alive, and still in the Taesan group. This is the true strength of a powerful organization called Taesan. In the end they chose to withdraw, and no longer had anything to do with Taesan. They were relieved that finally the Baek boss had arrived. Junwon also confirmed once again, is it true that Yisu wants to take over Taesan? If he wants Taesan, then there is one way. 1 month passed, they were seen holding a meeting. They also discussed about Baek Dokyeon, who still hasn't appeared. He also wanted Dokyeon to be removed. She also heard that Baek Dokyeon was dead. If the news is true, then this is the end of the group's Taesan. Suddenly someone came to that place. He spoke as if it were him. That now Baek Dokyeon is still alive and is in front of them to say hello. The only way to lead Taesan is to be Baek Dokyeon. Before that, Yisu had already prepared for this. He is being trained by Sahu, so that his actions are similar to Dokyeon, like the position of the knife. That kind of thing will definitely realize they are not an ordinary group. Yisu's enemy is the General Assembly. It's called a meeting of the biggest criminal gang in Seoul. The meeting was to prevent gang wars and form cooperation, but in reality it wasn't. Because they were waiting for an opportunity to benefit themselves, and Sahu warned Yisu to be careful. She himself wasn't sure why they had to protect the Taesan group. Because Yisu needs Taesan right now. He needs a gang for revenge, bigger and stronger than the others. He needed the Taesan and General Assembly to obey his orders. Somewhere unknown place. This person praises Gwon for doing a good job. That person was named Cho Wonho, Seoul Police Chief. Wonho admires Gwon for doing his dirty work for goodness. Because Gwang's still a lot of trouble, and he had to spend a lot to clean up Gwang's mess. But Wonho still thought that Gwang couldn't get rid of some important people. Wonho also scolded him because he couldn't destroy the group's Taesan. Suddenly he immediately took the badge from Wonho. Because he has to know who the boss is. He threw away the badge because he knew that now there were many people who could replace Wonho. The guard also looked angry about that. But Gwang managed to slam the guard. After that, he immediately kicked the guard hard. They were shocked by that. The gun was pointed at Wonho. He was also afraid because of the threat from Gwang. Currently, Gwang has done something dirty because he has something bad to his own subordinate. It looked like Wonho was going to free someone because he knew some people from General Assembly. And it seems like he also wants something from Wonho. Now he wants to meet Baek Dokyeon. They were shocked by Dokyeon's sudden appearance. Previously he knew that the number of members was not many. But they had formed a good relationship, and he already knew what to do. Yisu knew that he had to solve this problem like Dokyeon did. Cha Yunhwa almost didn't recognize Dokyeon because he had gotten a haircut. Ryu also thinks Dokyeon is dead because he almost never shows up at meetings. They will tell all the details that happened while Dokyeon was away. Han Hae-sung knew that Dokyeon's brother had died. Maybe that was the cause. Even the funeral was crazy. There was a knife fight. And now they will clarify the details of all these meetings. The details are, is Dokyeon still worthy to sit at this table? Hearing that, he immediately regretted it, because when he was sad, no one helped or even visited him. Suddenly he stabbed a knife in the table. Dokyeon knows the purpose of this conversation. They intend to underestimate of Taesan. But Hae-sung doesn't think like that, and Dokyeon's actions have gone too far. He went straight to the point and said the conditions for Taesan. The condition is that, from now on, the Taesan group will no longer attend General Assembly meeting. After attending the meeting, they returned. They will return to Taesan. Junwang also wants to know Yisu's plans, because General Assembly is Taesan's enemy. He thought about it a little. Suddenly a car came towards them. He was shocked about it. But fortunately they were safe from this incident. Cheyenne immediately scolded the driver. But their car was already surrounded by many cars. They got out of the car, and it turned out it's a Ryu. He seemed angry about it, because Dokyeon had been talking nonsense at the meeting. He immediately punched the car window. The glass broke as a result of that. They were both shocked by what that person did. He will also talk to Dokyeon. Ryu asks Dokyeon to bring Taesan to him now. Cheyenne is also worried about the boss's condition. Yisu realized that there were rats infiltrating the General Assembly, and he was finally lured out. Ryu also told Dokyeon to come out, but he didn't want. Ryu Taehyung is the person who has most problems with Taesan group. Moreover, he is a very disgusting person. Yisu also suspects that Ryu is a rat at the General Assembly. Cheyenne scolded them for daring to damage the back door of their car. He interrupted, saying that it was none of his business. Finally Cheyenne got out of the car and criticized Ryu's words. He liked Cheyenne's courage in criticizing Ryu, and asked him to join the group. But something like that might not happen. Ryu suddenly threw a fist at Cheyenne. He was also hit hard in the face. Amazingly, he managed to block a blow from Ryu. He is increasingly challenged by this, because Dokyun's subordinates also have strengths. Suddenly a convoy of cars walked in that direction. Ryu seemed to know who these people were. He is Lee Sungman, he told Ryu to stop what he was doing. If those words came from Lee, then he would stop doing this. Ryu also said that this was a party for the General Assembly, he invited Lee to participate. Suddenly someone tapped Ryu's shoulder. It turns out he is Choi Chanho from Gudo, just like Lee. Cheyenne seemed to know the grandfather, and Junwon told him that he was Gudo's elite. Yilhak is the highest organization in Seoul, and what made it all happen is the 9 Yilhak elites. Cheyenne just found out that gangsters also have cool stories. It seemed like this was true, as seen from their faces. For Choi, in this era young people are very weak. It will be difficult for Ryu to deal with Gudo, but he won't let Tae-san fall to Gudo. Junwon got out of the car and greeted Grandpa Chanho. They also knew each other well, and that surprised Ryu. Lee talks about the group Tae-san invited to their guests, and Ryu seems to agree. Chanho told the two of them to go first, because he wanted to chat with Junwon. They talked about Tae-san left out the General Assembly. Dokyun got fed up because they were talking about classification. Yisu knew Lee meant that Lee actually had something to say to him. That the General Assembly becomes a place for checking and competition between organizations, so it provides the strength to survive. Then Lee will speak truly to Dokyun now. That he now still needs power. Chanho invited Junwon to join Yilhak, but Junwon chose to stay at Tae-san. He knows that Junwon has a past with Gudo, and he still has a place there. For him Tae-san is his organization, and there are also problems he has to solve. Chanho also regrets this, because there is no longer any hope in Tae-san. Chanho tells Junwon that Tae-san group will be destroyed today. On the other side, someone arrives. He's one of the Gudo elite. Which turned out that the Gudo elite had surrounded Dokyun. Dokyun thinks that this is too much, but for Lee this has to be done. It seemed like he had just realized something. That actually the rat at the General Assembly was Lee from Gudo. Dokyun also told Cheyenne to restrain Lee. Guard Lee didn't accept that. He also punched the guard. The guard fell in one attack. Dokyun was seen getting out of the car. For him just 1 minute was enough to clear all this up. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ryu regretted Lee's actions. The guard was also curious about Gudo's power. For him, they now had many subordinates, and could take advantage of this situation. Ryu immediately hit his subordinates, because the strength of his guard was very weak. In the past, Seoul became one because of the power of Yilhak. Ryu also said that Yilhak had 9 swords, and only 3 people could destroy the gangbuk area. There are 9 of them, and he only needs 3 people to destroy an area. For Ryu only a stupid people would fight Gudo's 9 swords. But if anyone dares to challenge or attack the 9 swords of Gudo, then what is certain that he is the strongest person in Seoul now. One of the higher-ups was blown away by Yisu's punch. He took a lot of damage because of that. Yisu won't let them all do as they with Tae-san. Now Yisu has come to them, and today Yilhak will collapse. Lee was also curious about the situation outside. But the knife prevented him from seeing. Cheyenne also did his job, holding Lee in the car. He was worried about this situation. But it seemed like Yisu's punch didn't work on him. They also seemed to be joking about this and not taking the fight seriously. He looks fine, but maybe they'll just watch. Suddenly a surprise attack came towards Yisu. But the attack was blocked by him easily. Yisu was attacked from 2 directions, and he tried to avoid the attacks. They immediately grabbed their clothes. With a strong blow, Kwon launched an attack towards Yisu. Further attacks coming him. Kyu-chang managed to kick Yisu so hard that he went flying. But he managed to block with his left hand. Then Jang attacked when Yisu wasn't ready. With fast response and speed, Yisu managed to avoid the fatal incident. To him they were all strong and good at attacking. He thought about defeating the biggest one first. If he manages to take down the big one, then Yisu can beat the rest. He was injured by the hard blow. He helped his friend, and thought he was too old to fight. He immediately got up. They kept attacking, but Yisu was able to avoid it. They also pulled Yisu's clothes. And started turning his back and holding his head. Isuan punched firmly towards Yisu. Cheyenne was surprised by the teamwork of the Gudo elite. Currently Dokyun is facing Gudo's 9 swords. Meanwhile, on the other side, Junwang lost the fight against Chanho. For him, when fighting, Junwang daydreams too much. Cheyenne got out of the car and told Lee to be quiet. For Lee, it's useless to help Dokyun now. But he won't help his bosses, they just don't know they're dealing with a monster. Lee was confused by Cheyenne's words. The monster's meaning in those words, they will all be defeated in an instant. But a surprise attacks always come when Yisa finishes a turn. It seems like this person is the strongest of the others. They immediately came and attacked. But Cheyenne quickly came to kick them. It seemed to them that the boy wanted to try. He shouldn't have come, but he was curious about Gudo's strength. Then a big fist approached Yisu. But with his fighting technique, he managed to anticipate the attack. They were shocked by the strength of Boss Tayson's fighting techniques. As a result, this man's joints were broken. They did not remain silent and started attacking. An upper leg kick attack approached Yisu. He immediately blocked the kick with his hands. But suddenly while fighting he remembered Guang, who taught him this technique. Strong people have good physique, so they will never fall. At the same time the hands or feet must be pulled and tied so that they do not move. In that practice he felt pain because of the technique. Guang taught Yisu all the fighting techniques. Because of this technique he can defeat his enemies easily. He admits that Dokyun is a monster. Lee was shocked when he saw them all having difficulty dealing with Dokyun. He didn't think it would be difficult to face Tae-san. Previously he met someone and said that Dokyun not good at fighting. And if there a big problem, Dokyun's younger brother always intervenes. He was also helpless against Dokyun. He thought this fight was very senseless, then Dokyun launched a powerful attack. Suddenly someone told to stop. Those words came from Lee. Dokyun finally stopped hitting. He hit Dokyun on the shoulder. Lee knew that what was in front of him was not Baek Dokyun, but Baek Yisu. Lee knows he is Baek Yisu, not Baek Dokyun, as seen from his fighting style and aggressive attitude. But he still lowered his intention to finish off Lee. But suddenly he wanted to invite Yisu to negotiate. He was confused about what the negotiations meant. Tae-san and Gudo groups will also discuss the negotiations. He admitted defeat and also admitted that this time they were a little careless. Chanho is curious about how strong Baek Dokyun now. In fact he was indeed the strongest of them all. He also talked about what kind of negotiations they wanted. Junwang and Cheyenne also listened. From a distance Chanho looks fine. It turns out that Junwang actually lost the fight against Chanho. It seems like Junwang doesn't like losing. It turns out they got a request to destroy Tae-san. They also listened carefully to Lee's words. And who gave them the order is in the dossier. They will also provide dossier information regarding organizations targeting Tae-san. But in exchange, he wants Tae-san to become Yilhak's ally. But he refused, arguing that there was no point in them giving this information, while Tae-san himself could destroy them in Yilhak. Chanho was provoked by Dokyun's words. Junwang immediately stopped Dokyun's steps. According to him, this is an opportunity for them, because it can build trust in Yilhak. But he was fed up with all this. To him Yilhak were just a bunch of bad thugs. The trust they built was not worth, compared killing brothers and his colleagues. Cheyenne calmed them both down. Lee offers Yisu to check it first. Because for Lee, his offer was not a bad thing, but for Yisu it's just a piece of paper and don't believe them. But Lee reminds to be careful what Yisu says, because this file is the only one. But he still insists on destroying Yilhak now. Junwang tries to stop him. Yisu doesn't trust a traitor rat like Yilhak at all. He wants this negotiation to end, and he tells Yilhak to do what Yisu says. Collaboration is still carried out, but there are things must be agreed upon. He wants Yilhak's CEO, Lee, to be held hostage. They were angry when heard those words. Chanho told Gudo Elite not to move. For Chanho, Dokyun is too much in this case. He wanted a change of hostage, and chose himself to be the hostage. For him, does Chanho's life matter if he is held hostage? He immediately informed him of this. That Chanho of Elite Gudo is the same as the body of Yilhak. So it's not a problem if take Chanho as a hostage. Yisu doesn't like being given direction by Junwang, but he here insists on seeing it from Baek Dokyun's point of view. He finally understood the current situation. He told Cheyenne to look after Chanho from now on. Back in the past, at that time Yisu was detained by the government to be asked for investigative information.
Kim Jae-wak, Lieutenant Colonel, discussed the mission that Yisu carried out.
He also refused to answer because this mission was secret. Then Kim asked Yisu to tell him who his boss was and the location of the unit.
He still refused to tell because this mission was secret.
But here Kim emphasized that he had to obey his request, because Yisu was currently just a dog who had to obey his master's words.
But suddenly someone entered the room.
It turned out he was Major Guang from the Central Intelligence Special Forces. He asked about the whereabouts of his subordinate who were here. They talked, then considered Yisu to be an intruder. But for Guang it was all just a misunderstanding. He still insists that Yisu is not an intruder and will take him. He also took Yisu, and Kim didn't accept that. They ordered their subordinates to arrest them. But when he walked out the door, his subordinates had already lost.
They immediately returned to the unit. Yisu's friends were waiting and picking up his return. But all that is now just a memory. He couldn't forget all those things. Junwon came in and reported that Cheyenne was watching Chanho.
Yisu appreciates Junwon's good work. Here he also wants to tell Yisu something. He started pulling Yisu's clothes and judged that Yisu was unfit to lead Tae-san.
That he couldn't replace Baek Do-kyun's role.
Meanwhile, on the other hand, Chanho was on the phone with someone. He chats with Lee, and admits that it was his fault for being careless.
He understands this, because this is also an independent action from the organization.
For him the results were not satisfying, but this action was not so bad. They ended the conversation.
After calling, they talked to each other. Cheyenne said, even if Chanho was caught because of his boss actions, what if Tae-san hurt him?
He was prepared to accept whatever the consequences were. But in the end Chanho seemed to be thrown away like trash.
But for Chanho, Tae-san is not that kind of organization.
He also listened to the words. But on the other side, Yisu did not accept Junwon's actions, telling him to resign as leader. For him the decision is right, by placing Yilhak in their hands. Junwon says there is something wrong with Yisu's methods, and that he should be Baek Do-kyun.
Method with a sense of trust with leader Baek Do-kyun,
Yisu should show that. According to him, so far his methods have been considered wrong and like children at previous meetings. Yisu wants to forcefully change gangster methods here, but Junwon doesn't accept that. It seems like Yisu's words are like a child's joke, and should be removed. Yisu immediately attacked Junwon using knees. But the attack was blocked with his hands.
Junwon also made a counter-attack by dropping Yisu down.
But at the same time, he managed to kick Junwon's face with his foot.
The kick sent him flying far away. He started to get up from there. It appears that the blow only resulted in a small bruise.
On the other hand, they discuss gangsters. That gangsters are people who live based on their own fists and pride, they also gather for the same interests. He also wants to have people he trusts and follows him. At the same time, their fight ended with Yisu's victory. He admitted that he was wrong in this matter.
Yisu went out of the room. There should be another way to solve this. They get into fights because of different methods. Chanho also said that every method does not always lead to power. If it leads to power then it is called military. Cheyenne's phone rang. He also left Chanho alone there.
He knew that Chanho wouldn't run away, and now he would follow his confidant.
There Yisu was waiting. From now on, they will do it their way. Create a new organization, with talented people. Cheyenne was told to meet the chosen people. Because they are professional people.
Then they will also do it in a professional way.
The deadline is a week, organize the general meeting within the deadline.
Besides that, it looks like Junwon is thinking about something.
He remembered his life 4 years ago.
At that time, Do-kyun came to his place just to eat, because he was a loyal customer. Smoking is actually not allowed in restaurants, but it has become a habit for Do-kyun. They must also be loyal customers at this restaurant.
Junwon tells Do-kyun to leave.
Suddenly one of them came to that place. They heard the news that someone was crazy in this place. This person's name is Lee Hyung-gu, he is the leader of Hook-ilsu, an organization under the Jeolang Association.
Do-kyun then said that gangsters shouldn't come to this place.
Hyung thinks that Do-kyun is crazy, and he will get something from him soon. He casually held Hyung's hand. And suddenly something bad happened. Do-kyun has done something bad to the leader of the organization. He didn't care what he did, because he was a Tae-san. They panicked and told their boss to go to the hospital. For Junwang, dealing with Geolang people is pointless, but Dokyun thinks the reason Junwang built a restaurant here is to deal with them. There's a lot of dust in this place, then it looks like there's no menu here. Dokyun thinks that Junwang just wants to beat up gangsters, and he came here just to help. He also reminded him how dangerous the enemy was, but Dokyun didn't care. Hearing Dokyun's words, he immediately gave him a hair tie. That's when the first meet between Junwang and Dokyun. In another, Hyung is terrible about this. Because of Taesan's actions, his hands became like this. Then now he is determined to take revenge on Taesan. For him, Taesan is currently weakened, because left the General Assembly, and it is time for them to act. They were preparing to attack Taesan now. But there was a commotion outside the room. Someone forced their way into the room. They were shocked. The person was big, and looked strong. The mysterious man is named Boris. Previously he worked as a laborer in a factory. At that time the boss said who did writing on the wall. He also ordered Boris to find the person of the graffiti. Yisu and Cheyenne are seen talking about Boris. Boris is currently not going to Russia, but hiding as a laborer. It looks like someone opened the door. There he saw his target and immediately attacked Yisu. He wants Boris to work with him. Suddenly the attack stopped, and Yisu gave him a flash disc, saying that he had come to bargain. He also seemed interested in Yisu's offer, an offer in the form of a traitor who has caused Boris trouble. Boris is a demon who wears human skin. And now he came to the Hook Ilsu organization alone. Hyung ordered his subordinates to beat the man, because he was disturbing. They immediately launched an attack. But Boris aims the gun at them. He immediately hit his opponent hard. He lost in one attack. When the others tried to fight, Boris immediately relied on his gun. Then he admitted that a lot of people here were stupid. Boris suddenly powerfully launched a left fist attack. Seeing this, they attacked Boris together. They managed to hold it stringly. They are trying hard to lock Boris's movement. But in conditions like that he managed to free himself, then bit and tried to slam. The enemy falls in one powerful slam attack. He took a knife and prepared to do something bad. A terrible incident occurred. All humans have demons to hide their weaknesses. Then he started dealing with Hyung. Boris also wanted to see whether there was a demon inside that person. Suddenly Cheyenne came and told Boris to stop. He just stopped and didn't do anything excessive. Hyung also wanted to know the purpose of their visit and who sent it. Cheyenne says that they are from Taesan. Cheyenne tells Yisu that the leader Hook Ilsa from Geolang succeeded in their hands. For him, Boris is crazy about his Russian methods. Yisu also received all the good news in another place. Yisu explains his whereabouts and about the Iron Weasel, that this person only works for money. For Cheyenne, the Iron Weasel is a capitalist. Suddenly while monitoring, this person quickly attacked Yisu. Yisu managed to stop the person's attack. He wanted to know Yisu's identity, and who had sent him. This young man named Lim Kyung-chung, 17 years old, with the nickname Iron Weasel. He was too young, but his fighting skills were above average. Lim then attacked Yisu quickly using a cutter knife. Yisu could still anticipate the attack, but the attack didn't stop there. As a result, the knife Yisu was using bounced off. He also called Lim a weasel, because he hadn't seen him for a long time. He was confused why Yisu knew him. Even though he was very confident, he had finished anyone he knew, colleagues or leader. 3 years ago, Geosang Industrial Complex. He is Li Hu Chang, Major General of the Reconnaissance Bureau. They are all in military education. Geosang Industrial Complex, where North and South unite to generate for profits. They were troops from the North who were tired of capitalism. Southerners viewed them as open harbors. Northerners only make products about capitalism. They doesn't want to stay below, and they will continue to crawl up. To become a wild animal that can bite anyone, a special title Sojak Jebi. His mission was to work for the industrial complex during the day, and train southern agents at night. But there was a mission he ignored. That uncle gave him chocolate. His favorite chocolate cake in large quantities. Lim really liked this chocolate cake, and ate it with gusto. 2 years later their development continues to increase. The Majors plan to immediately carry out a mission for them. He wants them to go on a mission this week. The superior told them to send it this week. Uncle Asbai looks like he's having trouble with something.
But he was already excited about the chocolate cake he would receive when the work was finished. Lim also ate the chocolate cake deliciously during the day. In the evening he also enjoyed the chocolate cake. They will soon infiltrate using the truck. But first they have to get rid of this truck driver. He was surprised why the truck driver had to be involved. They were arguing, and didn't have much time for this. Not long after, Lim immediately attacked his colleague using a knife. They were all shocked by Lim's actions. He also talked to his colleagues about finding another way out of this problem. Can see someone opening the door. Lim asked Uncle Isbai for a lift to the south. It looks like they've all lost to Lim. Major Lee also betrayed them. He's disguised as Major Lee, and has defeated them all. Which turned out he is Yisu, while on an undercover mission. He was shocked by what he saw. Yisu also completed his mission perfectly. And now, Lim can't do much about Yisu. Yisu came to Lim intending to make an offer. He also wanted to know about the deal being offered. At the Red Crown Hotel Geolang. He was angry with his subordinates. Because it was already half-day, 3 hotels were suspended. Ryu was very angry and was going to take care of this problem, but suddenly someone came. He reported that the Hanam Dong organization had been defeated by Tae-san. Finally, Ryu immediately went to Tae-san and resolved this problem. This person is seen mocking a group of gangsters. They also heard the person's word. He also heard screams. He beat one of the Geolang members. Suddenly a surprise attack launched to the man. Ryu's attack managed to hit him greatly. But apparently his attack missed and was blocked by Guang. Guang knows that Ryu is having problems with the hotel business. Ryu's business problems can be solved if he wants to sit relaxed here. He knew that the problem regarding the hotel suspension was their doing, and now he wanted to know the reason. The person turned out he is a ghost, and he laughed when he heard that. He assumed that the gangsters would be destroyed if they dealt with him. Ryu didn't accept that, and Guang confirmed it. Why he coming here? A request where the Geolang has begged to them. Ryu felt insulted by Guang's words, because why did Geolang have to beg them? He knew that Geolang was running a business in the form of food stalls and hotels in the Yongsan area. But still, to them, the Geolangs are just village people. The armed hunters approached a pack of wolves named Geolang. They are different from amateurs, and think that they are professionals. Those who heard Geolang was an amateur felt angry, and for Ryu this is a call to war. For Guang, fighting is just a waste of time, and he invites Ryu into business. He also gave Ryu a file containing the contents of business. After reading it, according to Ryu, the proposal regarding the One Sync project was too good for him. He doesn't believe this proposal, because Ryu thinks this offer is too good. For Guang, this is business, and they will provide the workforce, because they are professionals. But it looks like Ryu is rip up the proposal. For him, Geolang needs trust for business, and the first step is they want to see how good the professional is. On the other side, Cheyenne is trying to contact someone. He also called Yisu because he couldn't contact the person. Yisu also told Cheyenne to just wait for an answer, because the Iron Weasel was already beside him, and they would act immediately. They also met gangsters. Lim was ready to put up a fight. A quick attack approached them. Lim managed to injure them with his fast attack. They success to defeat the gangster easily. Cheyenne knows the skill of the Iron Weasel is very good, but he is still very young. For Yisu it doesn't matter, because now they need a pro squad. But when he opened the door, a surprise attack came. An attack came from the enemy, but he managed to avoid it. He immediately grabbed the enemy's hand. Enemy was defeated, and they entered the gangster's base. They are people from Geolang Gangster. Those who saw Yisu coming immediately attacked. And it looks like Cheyenne has met the deadline. He will do whatever he is told, that's why he is called an errand boy. While the call was going on, he was defeating the enemy. And the Iron Weasel will do anything for money. Yisu invites Lim to move on, because he doesn't want to get involved with Geolang. His mission was simply to destroy as many affiliated organizations as possible. They hurried to move forward. Again a sudden attack came to Yisu. But he easily managed to stop the axe throw. Yisu suspected that their movement was faster than expected. One of the leaders of the affiliated organization who did this. He assumed that Yisu's arrival was for investigation. Lim quickly attacked the leader. But his 2 bodyguards swiftly blocked Lim's attack. They with good teamwork attacked him. With a quick response, Lim managed to avoid it.
He knew that they were professionals, and Yahello guessed that they were military men. They are a pro who sides with Lang. He was relieved because Boss Ryu sent them directly here. Then on the other side, these pro people are already in Taesan. They told Yahello that currently the group's Taesan was in danger. Yahello assumed that Guang had involved Lang in the One Sing project. Lim asked Yahello to pay twice as much, because he would fight this professional. He wasn't curious about them, but Lim tried to test their abilities. Whether he can defeat this pro enemy. His fast movements succeeded in diverting the enemy's view. After holding the enemy's hand, he began to take out the cutter to attack. With a quick attack, he managed to defeat the pro. The attacks were still continuing, and he was prepared for this. The enemy uses surprise attacks. But Lim with his small body managed to avoid it and immediately attacked. Then with a cutter slash, succeeded to defeat the pro enemy. Lim had opened the way, and told Yahello to go. He'll take care of the enemy here, and let Yahello go. Even he, who is a leader, is just afraid. He hurried immediately run to Taesan. Besides that, he thought about Guan who had collaborated with Lang, and that was unexpected. But when Yahello was rushing to Taesan's place, the enemy was seen blocking. He was being blocked by a professional among. These professionals are already in Taesan. Ghost doesn't believe this, that they really have to be involved in gangster business. He also seemed to know that Yahello was still alive, and that bothered him. Guan also advised Ghost that he should be more careful in checking. If Ghost had brought the body at that time, then this would not have happened. He finally realized his mistake. That at that time he really made a mistake. Guan will immediately solve this problem quickly. Meanwhile, on the other side, Yahello seems to be having difficulty facing his enemy. His enemy this time is also a professional. He knew that it was Guan who had sent them. Now the situation is getting more difficult, and the enemy immediately attacks Yahello. Previously, he was a military trained. Someone who can work on any battlefield. He joined the United States Special Operations Command, called SOCOM. He can complete any mission well and cleanly. And now, this dangerous opponent will face Yahello. They were ready to attack each other. His left hand was holding a crowbar, targeting his enemy's weakest point. He started shock lights. This disturbed Yahello's vision. His vision became blurry. He aimed his headlights at Yahello. A quick attack happened, but he was still able to block the attack. But the knife he using to hold was broken, and his hand was injured. His hand had a broken bone. He's really talented, and now Yahello has to be careful. On the other side, Taesan's headquarters. Member Taesan is facing an enemy. Lang has invaded the Taesan group. Taesan members seem to be having a hard time dealing with them, and the boss can't be contacted. Taesan members were completely wiped out by Lang. Looks like one of the professionals will be involved in this fight. Taesan are trying to survive the onslaught of Lang. Suddenly this person was defeated in one attack. He looked down on those gangsters, being too weak. He also ordered the Lang troops to rampage in Taesan. Taesan, who was not being led, surely panic in fighting. Suddenly an unexpected attack coming. It turns out he is an elite Gudo who is being held in Taesan. Chanho comes to help, because his friend Junwon asked him to protect Taesan. The Langs were confused, why elite Gudo in Taesan? He immediately noticed, why there Yilhak beside Taesan. Chanho knew that person was not a gangster. And the day was their first meet. Then now Choi Chanho, one of Gudo's elite, will be beside Taesan to finish this. It looks like Chanho managed to beat everyone alone. They are still confused about Yilhak's involvement with Taesan. But now all that doesn't matter, because he will end this. Chanho was already prepared for that person and immediately fought. A quick attack launched, using an uppercut. Punch attacks continued to be carried out on Chanho. And now he is immediately finishing. A fast and strong attack was launched, hitting Chanho's stomach. It was seen that as a result of the attack, he became helpless. This person is named Park Chang-hoon, head of One Sing's Special Operations Team. On the other side, Yahello still couldn't find a gap to attack. He spent a lot of time here. He doesn't have much time, because Taesan is under attack. The attack occurred again. Now he used a motorbike as an attack. Yahello quickly managed to avoid the attack. And now he will aim for the motorbike side. But when it almost happened, he immediately stepped on the gas hard.
Yisu really had a hard time dealing with it. He immediately returned to attack. He quickly speeding his motorbike to attack.
When he was in front of Yisu, he braked while swinging the crowbar.
Quickly stomped the crowbar. It turned out, it's just a trick move, so that the motorbike's wheel attack could trick Yisu.
He also suffered injuries as a result of this. Because of this person's arrival, and Guang's movements, Yisu's plans were thrown into disarray. He also tried to calm down in this fight and analyze. He started playing tricks again, by making smoke from the friction of motorbike tires.
Yisu's vision became blur. He blocked the view using smoke. Yisu couldn't see the enemy, and now he would guess the direction attack was coming from. Suddenly someone approached their fight. This shocked Yisu, because why was he here? Junwang comes to help Yisu fight. On the other side, it looks like the fight isn't over yet. Chanho was still able to get up, and also seemed to be fine.
Park was confused by the hard body of that gangster old man.
A surprise attack coming.
Park managed to avoid Chanho's punch. Oldman's speed was unreasonable, then Park started to take out his main weapon.
At the same time, Chanho continued to press forward with attacks.
Finally, with a heavy blow, he managed to hit Park hard. But he could still endure the pain.
Park began to take out knives to attack.
Park's attack was blocked, then Chanho threw a hard punch. Then grabbed Park's head.
This man underestimated gangsters too much, that's why he lost the fight. Chanho confirmed that even though they had an alias with Jialang, they still wouldn't be able to beat him.
But Park still tried to fight. Firmly, he managed to hold the knife.
Gloves made from Kevlar, for Chanho gangsters have their own way to fighting. For family, friends and organizations.
The heavy blow once again hit Park hard. Park also lost against Chanho in a duel. For him, this obstacle was still very easy. Meanwhile, on Yisu's side, he still felt pain in his hand. Yisu is also worried about Taesan's condition, but Junwang tries to calm down.
Because now in Taesan, there are people who will not lose, like iron that cannot be dropped.
Yisu talks about the enemy being a professional, but Junwang thinks it's normal. The most important thing now was the enemy in front of them.
He began to face the enemy with a plan. The enemy immediately attacked quickly. Junwang prepares to block attacks from the enemy.
The enemy with a motorbike and a crowbar, while Junwang is barehanded. Besides that, he remembered Dokyun's words about getting involved in a friend's fight. Therefore he will help Yisu as a friend.
Junwang launched a strong punch at the motorbike.
As a result of the strong blow, his opponent was thrown off the motorbike.
Finally, the enemy was successfully taken down from the motorbike. Now Junwang is using Dokyun's method.
Dokyun's method is very wild and free, but cares about a friend. For him, sometimes he has to become a Baek Dokyun himself. Cover hands with a coat, then hit the motorbike hard. A blow that caused the motorcyclist to be thrown.
The motorbike driver fell along with the motorbike. How about it? Although we sometimes use Baek Dokyun's methods to go about things. This time around, we must become Baek Dokyun.
Hey, Baek Yisu.
Baek Yisu 11 years old. Are you crying again? It all started on that day. Didn't I warn you that I'd beat you up if you cried again? Baek Dokyun 11 years old.
Those grade 6 seniors kept on hitting you, so.
We were twins, but unlike me. I thought you would get hurt. He was stronger than anybody. What are you yapping about? At that time, Hey, let them come at me all they want.
Since your big bro will never lose.
I came to hate having a brother like that. Hey! Baek Dokyun got into another fight. At the field.
They're coming at him in swarms.
Oh shit. He's right. Where? Hey, get out of the way. I wanna see. Hey, is he bleeding? If he bleeds, he loses. Hey, is he crying?
Crying also means he loses.
Korong Middle School Year 2, Class 4 Baek Yisu 15 years old. Hey, aren't those Baek Dokyun's underlings? Oh yeah, they are. Hold on, why do they look so beaten up? Hey! In front of them. It's Baek Dokyun. Korong Middle School Year 2, Class 5. Baek Dojeon, 15 years old. I can't believe this shit. Are you three the only ones that came out? You're making me look like the bad guy here, don't you think? What? A high schooler? No, is he some sort of pro fighter?
So, I gave your friends some advice, but I don't know if they actually took it to heart.
Do you finally understand, juniors? Sunbi Nim. You've already graduated and have become a high schooler. So why the hell are you lurking around a middle school? Are you dumb in the head? Do I need to make you understand?
You little shit.
Anyways, follow me outside.
No need for you guys to embarrass yourselves in front of the whole school. His friends also followed Baek Dongyoung's words. But they were told to stop. You guys stay out of it, I'll take care of this. In your condition, you'll only get in the way. What, so he's going to face them alone? He's so fucking cool. My deepest apologies, Sunbi Nim. I got so into the moment that I foolishly didn't show you the proper respect. What's up with this kid? What's with the sudden shift in attitude? I heard that you go to J High School. I respect you greatly, Sunbi Nim. You must be a pretty big deal there too, right? Well. Yeah. I guess so. You truly are amazing. Sunbi Nim. Get a load of this guy. I think I'm starting to like you. I was considering turning you into mincemeat like I did to your friends. Alright, I'm in a good mood. I'll let you go. But instead, I'll beat the shit of your friends. Okay? It's a bargain, don't you think? Ha! What it is? I thought I'd just let you guys go by playing nice. What? Do Kyung attacks a senior with a pencil stab in the leg. My foot. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. You're sure to talk a lot, you damn pig. Then kicked him hard. Every morning, Jihoon delivers the morning newspaper by running around. So I always teased him for delivering newspapers in such an old-fashioned way. But apparently he does it to support his sister? At least until you broke his left foot, that is. What are you blabbering about, you bastard? And Songguk. Songguk apparently picked up a new hobby recently. He started helping his mom make kimbap, since she runs a kimbap store. He always brought kimbap to school with the sides open. But he doesn't anymore, since he can't make kimbap. I wanted Jihoon to introduce me to his sister and eat kimbap with her. My arm. They then attacked Dokyong together. They managed to catch it at the same time. And one of them threw a punch. They managed to hit Dokyong hard in the face. But he immediately counterattacked. When their grip was strong, Dokyong hit his head against them. My head. It must have really hurt, damn. Just charge him all at once. Anyone who wants a piece of me, feel free. I'll fucking kill you all. I hated my brother who lived recklessly. My brother, who could do what I couldn't. Suddenly, Yissa came and kicked his leg towards the senior with force. Ha! Why you? I was jealous of that. Baek Yisoo. I was jealous of my brother, and wanted to be like him. What? Baek Dojeong? Why are there two of him? Hey, why'd you come? Hyung, the thing is, I don't think I'm cut out for studying after all. No matter how much I try, I can't understand it at all. You crazy bastard. Hey Hyung, what will you do? Our brother's gonna start a business. I haven't decided what type of business it'll be yet, but I'll make you my chairman. Really? Even now, I wanted to be like my big brother. The enemy fell and finally lost the fight. What do we do now? I thought that I could become Baek Dojeon, but I guess I am still far from it. Right now, I don't know what type of person my brother has become. What type of person did my brother seem like to you, Director Ha? Could I really become Ba Dojeong? I shall give you my answer. About the type of person Baek Dojeon was.
And I will turn you into Baek Dojeon, the very symbol of Taesan. I can tell that their morale has gone down. I'm basically done here. Egu, I'm far too old for this type of work. I should probably retire soon.
Maybe it's still a bit too early.
Now. The rest of you, just come at me. Young men like you shouldn't be so cowardly.
Suddenly a ghost came and immediately attacked him by surprise from behind.
Just who is he? You're asking that after throwing him all the way over there? That's because he was coming at us. Or is he one of your pro friends? No. I don't know anything other than the fact that he was part of the US Army. Oi. My damn headlight. What will you do about it? Didn't you say he was from the US Army? He speaks Korean. Today sure is an interesting day. The enemy got back up and prepared to attack. Well, regardless. I don't have to hold back, right? Suddenly a call rang out.
Sender Jiarang 20 million won received.
The rest of the payment will be sent.
He immediately hung up after seeing the message.
The guy who broke my headlight. I'll remember you. There he goes. I thought he'd want to see an end to the fight. He only works for the money.
I can only assume he fulfilled his objective. Or he just got a job that paid better.
While at Taesan headquarters,
the room was silent.
Even the organization's underlings and the sensitive veteran agents could feel it. It was not a fight they could interfere in. This guy isn't normal. If I let my guard down, I'll lose. But he's definitely feeling my blows. I need to ride on this momentum and finish him. That won't be enough to beat me, Gramps. He was surprised by the abnormal movement. The quick attack managed to injure the old man. He's fast. I barely managed to block my vitals. As soon as I blocked his attack, he went for an opening. Just where did a guy like him come from? I misjudged him. It's not my guard that I should be worried about. More. Give me more. Put your back into it. Again. Again. That's what Baek Yisa said, wasn't it? Choi Chanho seems to be in danger. Not like that, more. Thought to himself. This isn't an opponent I can hold back against. However, the Goodo of Ilhak also thought to himself that he would not break as long as he was protecting something. Is that really all you got? Gramps, you're pathetic. Ghost twisted Chanho's arm. The pain was unbearable. But at the same time, he raised his knee to attack. All personnel, fall back. What? Why? All personnel are to fall back immediately. Oi, you damn thugs. Where are you going? Those Jiarang bastards have changed the plan. We've been ordered to fall back. It seems that there's been a hitch in the plan, so we're falling back as well. We'll head back for now, and follow the orders of the chief. Fall back? Is that your damn hobby? Why do you keep on babbling about falling back? You're starting to piss me off. Besides, why would you want to leave? The fun's just getting started, chief. This is bullshit. I'll drag his corpse out this time. So let me at him. Cut the backtalk and regroup with us here. Our almighty President Taehyun says that he has a plan. Hey, chief. That's pretty damn rude of you considering I'm right here. We should all, look at the bigger picture. I hate Taesan too, however. You think all our problems will end just by crushing Taesan? In a situation like this, we use the way of the gangster. How am I supposed to do all this? Help me out here. Hey, Parrot, come here. Parrot? What's that? It's something super cool and super strong. Oh, then that's fine by me. I will call myself Parrot from now on. Boris. Don't take out knife. Damn it, I don't know. You guys are all dressed better than I thought. Finally looking the part, I see. So from now on, let's discuss this like proper gangsters. Where should we start? After all I did to help, they sent me home? No. Well, that's what Mr. Dojeong meant by leave whenever you want was. It's a joke, Sonny. I was planning on going home anyways. I'm sick of the food here. Sunbi Nim. I'd just like to ask. If you could, stay in Tayson just a little more. I get where this is coming from, Jinwong.
However, seeing Tayson as it is now, a certain thought came to mind.
That it's not too late for us yet. And that Ilhak can still rise up once more. So I should go back there. To my home. Ilhak capital. You lost. Do you realize just who you're messing with? Ilhak capital Gudo Dako Youngil. Do you think that Gudo will fall so easily? Just who the hell sent you? Ghost and the motorbike rider managed to defeat all of Gudo Ilhak. Damn, you've aged a ton since we last met. It's been a damn long time. My dear seniors. This is Ilhak's total earnings for the month. It has dropped even lower compared to the previous month. I have no excuses, young master. No. It's not your doing. I'm the one at fault here. That aside. How are your injuries faring, everyone?
I'm hale and hearty, young master.
This is nothing for me at all. I'm fine, sir. Though Gwankpel may need a crutch for a while.
I don't expect you to forgive me for being such an incompetent boss.
I'll go see what that's about. The Nine Blades, Ilhak capital Jiachang Li. What the hell is going on? What's all this ruckus?
I believe it's coming from the ground floor, sir.
Sounds like a motorcycle.
That's weird, since we're on the 3rd level.
Suddenly, the enemy arrived to attack. They were surprised by the enemy's presence there. The enemy, on their motorcycles, immediately destroyed the main door.
The Ilhak guards were shocked by what had happened.
The enemy was now inside the Ilhak headquarters, ready to destroy everything. One of the Gudo Ilhaks was defeated easily.
The Nine Blades never put down their guard.
For they are veterans to the bone, tempered by the countless battles they've fought.
Just as a seasoned boxer maintains the guard regardless of who their opponent is. The real veterans face their opponents, leveraging their own experience and expertise. But suddenly, an opponent they have never faced before,
nor expected at all, has entered the ring. This surprise entrance temporarily stunned the Nine Blades.
And for the deadline, it gave him the ultimate upper hand.
With his still injured hand, he blocked the enemy's attack. My arm's not fully healed yet. It turns out many enemies have surrounded the Ilhak headquarters. Hold up a second. Are you bastards from Jiarang? This is a clear violation of the pact. You would go as far as turning your back on the council? What's this old fart saying? Hey! Get rid of all of these fools. Witless worms. One of the Gudos attacks them. You dare show your fangs at this place? I'll take you all on. Gwankpel Choi the 7th Blade. With his still injured leg, he forced himself to fight. Darn it. Gwankpel hasn't fully healed yet either. I've got to at least lock down the bike rider on my own.
Suddenly, the bike fighter attacked another Gudo. But he pulled his friend away to avoid the attack.
Sun Mung. Escort the young master and flee from here. We'll deal with these bastards somehow. Yang Gil. You can't do this alone. Who says? He's alone. Yangil, give it to him good, will you? Diakbi Jang the 8th Blade. The enemy didn't remain silent about this. Yangil Dako the 4th Blade. Attacked the Georang rats. Quickly now! The young master's safety takes precedence above all else. I'll stay and fight with you. Gwankpel. I'll leave it to you, then. As if you had to ask, sir. Nine Blades. Allow me to make a stand with you. I won't leave you. Please get in, sir. What are you doing? We should be up there fighting alongside them.
If Jiarang's really behind this, then this situation has gotten beyond our control.
Exactly. So I'll stay with them and fight. I can't just leave so pathetically like this.
Sir, no matter how pathetic or humiliating it is, if you die, then there's nothing left for us.
So are you suggesting that I run away and be the lone survivor? Is that it? You want me to be the last one standing? After sacrificing all of my men? So this is how the 9 Blades and Ilhak meet their end? Shit, I might just cry a little. But I wonder, where did our little Sungman scurry off to? What's the point if I'm the only one alive? I was supposed to restore Ilhak back to its former glory. But in the end,
it ended up crumbling in my hands.
Young master. Why? Why do you all call me that? Why?
When will I stop being just your young master?
Am I not the boss of Ilhak? That's not what I meant.
Suddenly, the motorcycle fighter caught up to them. Then, he set several traps on the road.
He tried to avoid the trap. The car was seen drifting in an erratic direction. The incident happened so quickly. What the heck was that just now? Sir, it looks like you'll have to go on without me. And I'm sure you already know where you must go, right? He entrusted everything to the young master.
And please, young master, remember this.
You are our boss, Mr. Lee. We the 9 are the Blades of Ilhak. We are your blades, boss. It doesn't matter how feeble you may think you are, sir. That doesn't take away from the fact that you are Ilhak, Mr. Lee. And for you, Mr. Lee, we are willing to break and shatter 1,000 times and again. Young master. What's the matter, Mr. Lee? You're in awful shape tonight. I must supplicate for Tayson's aid. I beg of Tayson. I don't care how pathetic I must become. I beg of you to come and to save Ilhak. Slipped in the rain, have you? Safety first. You should remember that, Mr. Lee. Why don't you come in?
Goodness, you're wet as a drowned kitten.
Do Jiang? I am fine. But my blades. People has struck Ilhak.
Slow down, please, Mr. Lee.
Why are you in such a hurry? Breathe first, because maybe you want to hear the entertaining discourse we were having. Though, sadly, the topic was rather divisive. You see, Mr. Lee,
we are thinking of crushing the council once and for all, but can't decide on which faction to obliterate first.
So, in Europe, where should we head first? Xianung, HHS? Or perhaps, people?
On the other hand, the secretary is seen still visiting someone.
Someone who will soon rise.
I told you not to smoke in here. President of the Ilhak Group, Lee Sunghak.
Smoke? I'm not smoking. Is someone smoking? As if I'll believe that.
I'm sure I told you that I'd put you 6 feet under if I caught you smoking again.
Young master. You mustn't say such things. Lee Sungman, 8 years old. How scary. Alright then, Grandpa won't smoke. So put that down, Sungman. Who taught my little Sungman to talk like that? It was Uncle Chanho. He told me if I talk like this, nobody would look down on me. Well, that's... Oh, really? Uncle Chanho taught you that? Grandpa, you are super good at fighting, right? Me? I'm not super good at fighting though. What? You're the best in Seoul, don't lie. How can you not be good at fighting? I'm telling the truth, I can't fight. I bet you are good at it though. Then, Grandpa isn't the best? Is Uncle Chanho the best? No, Grandpa is the best. The best doesn't need to be good at fighting, you see. However, the best must have a strong spirit. For he must never bow down to others. Listen carefully and attentively. That's so uncool. So you really are weak. Chanho, just what did you teach Sungman? That's... Well, it was more Sunmong's fault. The Center of Seoul, Ilhak, was founded by Chairman Lee Sunhak. Ilhak and my grandfather were like dreams to me. Young master. Are you alright? Since just like dreams, Ilhak has fallen.
It was bound to shatter soon or later.
How is your body, President Sungman?
Thanks to the director, he is doing quite well.
Is that so?
We are in your debt, so please feel free to rest here as much as you'd like.
There is no debt.
We were simply helping each other.
Helping each other, I was just wondering. Will Ilhak be able to assist us?
Of course.
If it is with Taesun, we would do anything. Mr. Choi Chanho, I was asking the boss of Ilhak. Or did you suddenly become the boss overnight? Please wait outside. There is something I must discuss with President Baek Do-jeon.
They both went out.
I also wish to ask you something. Baek Yesu. Are you the true boss of Taesun?
Where is Baek Do-jeon? You still called me Baek Do-jeon back there, and it seems like you didn't tell Choi Chanho about my true identity. I could tell you were trying to hide it, so I did my part.
Were you scared? Because you realized something that you couldn't handle? If that's the case, then you should stay scared. Instead of trying to test me like you are now. Was the question too much?
Right now, we need to act friendly towards Taesun.
So be it. Let us talk business. Are you truly going to work with Ilhak? No. The current Ilhak is not desirable. It is too weak. I asked you, didn't I? If you would be able to help us. I was not asking for your opinion.
But rather, how you could help us. The only way that the current Ilhak can help Taesun.
Taesun claimed that they would fight against Jeorang and the committee. But can Taesun really pull that off alone? Ilhak is still affiliated with the committee. However, Jeorang attacked us and violated the agreement.
So, if I, the boss of Ilhak, notify the committee about this,
Jeorang will have to pay the price for violating the agreement. Yes, I admit it. The current Ilhak is weak, but our legitimacy. That's not what I meant when I called Ilhak weak. The weak one is Mr. Lee Sungman. In other words, you. Will they really acknowledge someone like you as the boss, without the Gudo at your side? Gangnam HHS Enter Office Building. Damn, this whole place is so damn fancy.
You know, maybe I should have invested in an office building rather than a hotel.
Quit babbling, how do you plan to take care of this mess? And why did you attack Ilhak first? CEO of HHS Entertainment. Han Hae-sung. Well, I struck first because I felt like it. It's always been an issue of mine since I was young. Why didn't I think it through? I can't take your side this time. Do you understand? Your little prank has crossed the line. It's all part of my plan. Just look forward to the next committee meeting. Good.
I hope all this wasn't just to tease Sunman a bit.
You don't even know the location for the meeting this time?
It's a location picked out especially for the young master. The home of our arrogant friend Lee Sunhak.
That's the meeting place this time. Ryu Taehyung, you'd go to such lengths. This isn't somewhere people can just walk in and out of freely. Exactly just who does he think he is? Does he seem a little familiar? Or am I imagining it?
Listen closely, Mr. Lee Sungman. Without your Gudo by your side, you're just the young master of a fallen group. You won't be walking a path laid down by your Gudo.
Hold on. Isn't he the young master of Ilhak?
Our dear young master came here on important business. You must prove yourself as the boss of Ilhak. Just like how all the Gudo did their best to prove your worth.
There is currently a committee meeting going on inside.
Only the 4 heads of the major groups may attend.
Now you must prove yourself to me. Move. What? I said move. You fat fucking pig. The fuck was that? It came from the front entrance? Lee entered the place with difficulty. All the guards outside were defeated. The guard attacked and managed to hit Lee in the head. Sungman, it's fine if you can't fight. But you must have a strong spirit.
For you must never bow down to others in front of your family.
With determination and anger he will continue to advance and fight. What kind of crazy bastard are you? It looks like there are cleaning staff there. Hey, that's crossing the line. He hit the guard hard. Extras like you should know not to get involved. Only bosses can enter, after all. Now, shall we begin the meeting? There must be plenty you want to ask me? Don't we start when Ilhak arrives? And shouldn't you be a little more serious considering the reason behind this meeting? Ilhak. Ilhak won't be attending this time. I wonder who'll be unable to attend the next meeting? Jiorang. Can you really be acting like this?
Mr. Lee with a body full of wounds suddenly came to the meeting.
Hey, Ryu Tae-young, it seems that nobody has told you yet.
You're not allowed to smoke in here, you goddamn punk.
I'll tell you what I told the owner of this building.
If you smoke here, I'll put you 6 feet under.
You fucking shrimp.
The Age of Glory, the apex of Seoul. Lee Sung-hak, the president of the Yilhak Group. During the dark times, Yilhak was the law, and Lee Sung-hak was the king.
Lee Sung-hak dreamed of stepping into the world of politics, but failed.
As a result, Yilhak began falling apart, and everyone desperately fought for the control of the businesses of the weakened Yilhak. And so, the all-out war between the 9 swords of Yilhak against the Seoul's organizations began, and the dark side of Seoul became a bloodbath. But that war had an end. Chairman Lee Sung-hak, who could no longer watch as the situation got worse day by day, made a choice that brought the war to an end. The business rights were split into 4, like a pair of hands and feet. And acknowledged the leaders of the organizations that obtained the rights as a boss.
Is this a doghouse or what? This place is full of mongrels. You've finally grown a pair of balls, young Master Sunman. You're finally acting like a man. I've made it so that your days are numbered. Did that change you?
Thanks to you, I came to my senses after my head was smashed to shit.
Since Yilhak is here now, why don't you tell us what happened, Jiorang? I'll do that. As you can see, Yilhak was attacked by Jiorang.
And just now, right outside these doors, I was attacked by Jiorang again.
Jiorang broke the rule that forbids members of the committee from fighting each other. And took Yilhak's assets and property. This is an obvious breach in our agreement.
And so, as the boss of Yilhak, I request that Jiorang be kicked from the committee, and their business rights be ceased.
Any objections, Ryu Tae-hyung? Objections? No, you're right. I did all of that.
That's right, I knew you'd be like that, young master.
But you've mixed up the order of events. Wasn't it Yilhak that broke the rule of the committee first?
You seem very close with Taesun, you even gave them a present.
Is that how you got Taesun to attack us? No, the files I gave Taesun are the 1SINC files.
Those files had nothing to do with Jiorang.
Taesun and Jiorang have bickered over the district of Hannam in the past.
So you probably thought this is my chance when Taesun quit the committee.
Am I right?
Not long after that, our HK capital and branch groups were ambushed. Yilhak got a group outside of the committee to attack Jiorang, which means that they attacked first.
Am I wrong, Yilhak?
Let's see how you get out of this, young master.
No, you probably can't. You won't dare to reveal the existence of the 1SINC files to the others here. So let me set things straight.
I believe that the boss of Yilhak, Lee Sunman, should be held accountable for breaching the committee's agreement.
And therefore I request the dismissal of this meaningless committee in its entirety. That sounds about right.
We're gangsters after all.
Just like that, Jiorang will try to dismantle the committee.
Jiorang knows that the committee is what Yilhak will rely on.
They'll think, now's the chance. Then there's no reason for me to attend the committee meeting, is there? I told you. You need to prove that you are a boss in that meeting.
On the day of the meeting, all you have to be is the boss of Yilhak.
Ryu Tae-hyung, what the hell are you doing? Whatever. Fuck. Do what you want.
Lee Sungman, you're being irrational.
Are you giving up? Why don't you just beg on your knees instead? The two of you are fucking friends, yeah? Are you siding with Jiorang? Jiorang and HHS. You guys are making a mistake.
You guys chose the wrong day to start a war.
'Cause I didn't come here alone. If you want to continue, go ahead. Just know that I'll be taking at least one of your heads. Is that the infamous Baekjong of Cheonwon? But I heard they were in China? How scary. Forget about Cheonwon. What about you, Yilhak? You don't have the 9 swords anymore, yeah? You won't be able to run away today. You. really shouldn't have tried to cuddle the 1SINC files to yourself, don't you think? You're right. It was too big for me to cuddle it alone. Oi! Ru Taehyung. Let's play. Taehyung. What's this? What's with this atmosphere? Did I ruin it? My, oh my. It seems like I'm the only one that's late? My bad, my bad. Baek Dojeong? Didn't you say you wanted nothing to do with this committee? What made you think you can come crawling back in here? You said it yourself. The agreement and the committee is no more. What's left to think about? Oh. So that was why the young master didn't fight for the committee? I'm a little hurt. You two were this close? Yeah, we're very close. He's our chairman, after all. Taesin will honor the wishes of the late chairman of Yilhak, Lee Sunghak. We will support Yilhak and name Lee Sunman as the chairman. So prepare yourselves, Jiarang. I've decided to tear you apart first. And the two of you, listen up. You guys will have to make a choice. Whether you will honor the wishes of Lee Sunghak, or go back to being delinquents pretending to be gangsters. Well, I can tell just by looking at the two of you. Told not to make a fuss with her bodyguard. Shall we get going now? Chairman Lee Sunman. Are you all right? Do I look like I am? Couldn't you come a bit earlier? Come on, the cool entrance makes up for that, don't you think? Oh my, it seems like I am late. It's my first time coming here, so I got lost on the way. Full of anger knowing who was there. Oh. It's been a while. We finally meet again. Mr. Baek Dojeong. Right? Mr. Jang.
Yisu seemed very angry and annoyed when he saw Mr. Jang.
This was the last place I expected to see you, sir. Did you say Chief Jang?
Which means, that man is the architect behind OneSync. And also the key figure responsible for everything that has happened.
Mr. Baek. He looks angry when he sees Chief Jang. The distance is no more than 7 feet.
I won't need more than a few seconds to turn you into a corpse. And just as you have done to us, I will not hesitate
to complete my objective, because that's the kind of Baek you've created.
So, I hope you get this, Chief.
That what you're seeing isn't indecision. Chief, mind if I borrow a light? Ah, sure thing.
I heard things were quite noisy even after the funeral ceremony, Mr. Baek.
Yes, well, it is what it is. And did it work out in the end? I have a strong suspicion about the identity of the culprit. But I've yet to obtain any conclusive evidence.
But seeing your face here, tells me that perhaps my hunch is right.
And if you are indeed correct, what will you do, Mr. Baek?
My blood is crying out to cut him up where he stands, but you see, I've realized that lopping off a single head won't kill this beast.
So, whatever.
I guess we'll see each other sooner rather than later, Mr. Jang.
And when we do, I'll give you my definitive answer to that last question. Yes, I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Baek. Interestingly enough, I, too, have much to ask you about your brother. Though, it's strange. Because I can't be sure either, but I also have a hunch about something. Right, suit yourself then. They left Mr. Jang. Let's leave. Please. Please, let's just go. Hungo's collection agency, Itaewon. 244,001? What the hell happened to the other 46,001? Boss collection agency, Hungu Lee.
Well, about that woman who runs the fruit stand.
Yeah, what about her? Nice old lady, that one. Her daughter is really scary. Take these, and come back tomorrow. Well, that's what she said to me, so. Her. Yeah, I forgot about her. That's why I only brought back these apples.
Though, on the bright side, they're really sweet.
God damn it. Would you shut it for a second? What happened? How did the great hook fall so far?
If it hadn't been for that Russian bastard. And for that playboy Casanova with the blonde hair.
Captain? From here, you're going to retire quietly and live a life in peace, capice? Just you wait. I'll crawl back to the top and make my return, and look at this place, you fellas might need to call an exterminator or something. Long time no see, Cap. Remember me? You've got to be kidding me, kid. Ha! Do you have any idea where you are, little pipsqueak? What? Little. Wait. Hey. Don't do. Little? Who's little, again? I'm not that small, you got that? And tremble. I can't hear you, buddy. You want me to hand over any info I have about the Jiarang clan to you? Sir? That's right. Oh, you know. Like the locations of their businesses and stuff like that. I thought you knew where our venues were, no? After all, you came to us and blew everything to smithereens. Yeah, that's what we thought, but I guess it wasn't enough. We've been looking for something, but no matter how high or low we look, we can't seem to find it. You're looking for something? And what might that be? People. We're searching for a location where 5 individuals can be stashed away. Oh, crap, was the rumor true after all?
The rumor that Jiarang made a move on Ilhak, then kidnapped the 9 blades.
With the dissolution of the council, Tayson is rumored to have sided with Ilhak, and I guess the grapevine got it right this time. Hey, why do you look so grim all of a sudden? And you haven't answered my question yet. Oh, yes, of course. I spaced out for a second. How silly of me. I'll say this, though.
If I had to guess, there are roughly 2 potential locations. As for Jiarang, I'm quite familiar with its businesses and how its manpower is distributed across the areas. They're above us in the organizational hierarchy, so I've frequented their hideouts to pay tributes.
I knew it. You're at the bottom of the ladder, aren't you? No. And for the record, I'm a few rungs up, okay?
Anyway, I'll provide you with the information I have, but it comes with a condition.
A condition? What is it? Let me in, Tayson. I thought you're sworn with Jiarang. Well, I've got to get back on my feet somehow, right? Yeah. Who knows?
Tayson could come out on top when the dust has settled.
And if things go well,
I'll be able to enjoy the spoils without lifting a finger.
All right. That's fine by me.
Then let's weigh anchor and set sail, Captain.
Sail? As in, go. And I'm going, too? Why, getting cold feet already. I thought you wanted to join Tayson. Best you come along, then. Right? Ha? Boss, collection agency. Hunggu Lee. Ex-member of the Jiarang clan. At another place. Oh, hell. Look at this goddamn dump. So, how's the room service at this hotel? Yo, big man. It's rude to not answer when asked. I mean, don't I at least deserve a thank you for booking you in our best suite? Well, I guess you old-timers can get quite lonely when you're left all alone, huh? Maybe I should have locked your asses up in pairs. I came to tell you a fun little story, so listen up.
Tayson has submitted itself to Ilhak. They were stating the legitimacy of Sunghak Lee's line and some crap like that, and it seems like they plan to install Sungman as the new chairman. Which is why those goons have been searching through every nook and cranny of the city looking for you. I suppose a congratulations is in order since you've got your baby boss rising as the new chairman. And I suppose that Jiarang will now be fighting against the combined might of Ilhak and Tayson. So, did you come here to whine with your tail tucked between your legs? It suits you well, Tae-hyung. You've got some jokes, yo. We are Jiarang. What are you, useless blades, and lanius Tayson gonna do? You ain't shit against us. Yeah, okay. Let's assume they still have their aces, like the unwavering Yeksha at Tayson and Ilhak's Chanho. But, did you know this, Yahello? We have some real pros on our side. Pros? Ha!
Don't make me laugh. I don't know who your pros are. Hey. Let me ask you a question. Who taught you boys how to swing a blade like that, huh? Oh, man.
It looks like the standards here have fallen way past what I can tolerate.
Now. Again. Operation Freedom Blades mission activated. It's good to see you again. Allow me to take your luggage.
The boss is waiting inside the conference room. I finished analyzing the data on my way here, and I'm suspecting the targets are in one of these two locations.
Your hard work right after your return is much appreciated. You're too kind.
But this is my duty, after all.
Was there any notable improvement?
You said it yourself before, Mr. Ha.
That Tayson without Dojiang isn't Tayson at all. I'm doing what I must as Tayson's secretary.
So you should focus on what your duties demand too.
I apologize for making you wait.
I'll begin the briefing immediately.
A motel in Itaewon and an abandoned warehouse in Icon.
Here.
These two locations
are where I believe Jiarang has stashed the 9 blades. Because of our disadvantage in manpower, it will be difficult to assail both points simultaneously, which means we must focus our efforts on a single location. Furthermore, we must reserve a pocket of forces for defense, in the likelihood of a potential counterattack. The Itaewon motel sees a lot of traffic in the area, and thus, there's a good chance that the enemy will pick up on our movement. And for that reason, it would be wiser to forego the motel, and strike the warehouse, where there will be fewer eyes watching.
We will not mobilize any crews or teams. If our opponents catch on to the noise and set up proper measures against us,
we'll be at a greater disadvantage.
Yes, I agree with your assessment. It's too risky to move so rashly since it's about rescuing my 9 blades. Zion, Jayonkan, and we 3 will move without backup. Zion and Jayonkan will head to the abandoned warehouse.
They are both experts in infiltration by trade, so they'll be able to search the area without being detected by Jiarang's men.
And as for the remaining location, motel. Excuse me, sir. What is it? You want a room? Well, I'm actually looking for someone in this building. Look here, man. I reckon there's a good cause for it. But we don't normally give out details about our guests, okay? Especially without any incentives.
Of course.
Perhaps this night do, then. I'm not supposed to, but if you insist.
Yahello took out a knife and plunged it into the man's hand.
Will that do? I gave you my payment, so you better spill. Now. The blades. Are they here? Well, seems like you don't have to answer me after all. I'll just ask these friendly-looking fellas. Looks like this might be the right place. They're Jiang's men. However, you couldn't have recovered already yet. You followed me all the way here? Mr. Choi. We're doing this for our 9 blades, are we not? I wouldn't miss this for the world. I wouldn't overdo it if I were you. And Baek Dojiong. I've yet to figure out exactly what sort of a man you are.
Because the chairman will grill my ass if you get hurt today, old man.
May I bring up a question, Mr. Baek? So suddenly?
Alas, the boredom bug bites. Why did you elevate our young master as the new chairman? Well, he has a legitimate claim over it as Ilhak's.
With all due respect, sir. You know that's not what I was asking about.
The government has involved itself in our affairs, the council has been dissolved, and the winds of war are picking up once more. All of these things have occurred within a period just shy of 3 months.
And what about that? Enough beating around the bush, Mr. Choi. Mr. Baek.
I'm suspecting that everything that has happened so far is closely tied to you.
What is your aim in attempting to use Ilhak as a front? That is what I'm asking you, Tayson. Must you hear the answer right now? Yes. Because, after all, we are on the same side, aren't we? Over here. On the stairway. There a floor below us. Fucking bastard, you stay right there so I can gut you. That's a whole lot of squawking. Can't you see that two adults are in a conversation? If you have something to say, why don't you come down first? What the? Pull hard. Mr. Choi. Goddamn punk. We can continue our chat later. So first, down with you. Mr. Choi prepared to attack. He powerfully punched the enemy with his right hand. They both managed to defeat the enemy. There are numerous foes coming down on us from above. In fights like these, the ones who have the higher ground have an upper hand. Fucker. The enemies keep coming. But the elevation advantage simplifies their attacks and in turn makes them far too predictable. Yisu continued to advance upwards, eliminating his opponents one by one. Furthermore, on a stairway like this, it becomes too easy to lose one's balance. Oh, I see that we have decent chemistry, Mr. Choi. Take the enemy's knife quickly. Then kick the enemy's legs quickly too. And immediately attack the enemy with a knife. Fellas. In the end, the enemy was helpless. Was that the best you could manage? I'm on the verge of becoming very, very disappointed. I'd heard that there were some pros on Jiarang's side, so how can you boys allow a gangster like me to run you over like this? If anyone else sees this, they might assume I'm the pro here. Abandoned warehouse, Yongsan. So, we are to search this entire area? With just the three of us? I mean, I had no idea we'd come without any backup. You people are the ones who decided on this. What was that? Nothing, sir. Let's get moving, shall we? Who's this man, mister? I've mentioned 2 potential locations. But this place is the more likely prospect. This warehouse is where Jiarang used to hold the people they'd kidnapped. But as of late, I've received frequent reports of strange men actively visiting the motel area. So that's why I brought it up. Strange men? Yes, sir. My people tell me they didn't look like the gangster types. But some reported that a few of those people were carrying firearms. What? On the other hand, Yisu and Choi continued to defeat the enemy. Dojiang Baek is a monster. He's a monster completely beyond our league. He was said to be strong. But this is ridiculous. You fucker. Suddenly someone kicked. Jiachang. Ilhak capital Jiachang Li. Chan Ho. How the hell did you free yourself? I managed to slip out during the chaos. But the other blades are in danger. This way, quickly. But suddenly Yisu told Choi to stop. Mr. Lee. Slow down for a minute. We're almost there. It's this way. Come on. Now, what is the meaning of this? He realized something was wrong. And quickly checked the situation using a knife.